Okay, welcome back. This is part 6. Just a quick word I wanted to mention about the music in that at the end of part 5. The chord progression, the hero theme, the chord progression is the same as the Incredibly Wet Man song, the pop song that Peter wrote for his album, which you should also check out, by the way. It's called Loot Bag.
Loot Bag.
And that the song that plays in the credits, it's the same chord progression, so it kind of a cool tie-in there.
This scene was this is neat. We had a piece of saran wrap down so I wouldn't drip on the camera. Here you can see the water on it still.
Yeah, kind of a cool effect. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I was wet a lot of the time. Most of the time, I would say, and it was quite a feat keeping me hydrated. Sorry, this is actually an Anne and I fight.
Yeah, I just wanted to interrupt you. This is completely improvised and really hilarious if you know Anna and Keegan. They totally fell out of character here. Keegan, this is not Incredibly Wet Man at all. This is totally Keegan. But it's just too funny not to include. That's the nice thing about indie films. You don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. You know, it's just for fun, so you can just... You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's a common arguing tactic of mine. It's we had spray bottles and water jugs, and I think a hose at one point. Just anything to keep me looking wet, and it comes off on camera sometimes better than others. Yeah,
like here he's looking pretty wet.
Pretty wet.
But other times he doesn't. But we did a pretty good job, I think. And this is the big love scene coming up. So yeah, I just want to say, when we went on location or away from a water source, we would bring a big water jug with us to keep Keegan wet. We just pour it over his head. And so kudos to Keegan for remaining wet for so long, basically spending an entire summer slightly damp.
Yeah. Lucky I didn't catch trench foot.
Yeah. Keegan has a irrational fear of trench foot. But yeah, real dedication to the craft of acting, Keegan. So good work. That's like Christian Bale level. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the logo is missing from Keegan's shirt there. When he would get wet, it kept falling off, and
oh yeah, I was trying to cover it up.
Yeah, we tried to cover it up as much as we could, but this was a nice kind of thing I kind of stole from The Constant, which is an episode of Lost, my favorite episode of Lost.
Oh, yeah.
Just the idea of having I believe they're called memento MacGuffins, things that are essential to the plot, that are symbols of, in this case, something really important to the protagonist, a symbol of his love and the relationship that is really driving his whole... just motivating him and driving him towards really it's a love story, as any, in my opinion, any good story is. There's a strong love story. So
I don't like this lovey-dovey part. It's boring.
King doesn't like. This is the monologue we were talking about earlier that we took about 20 takes for Keegan to get this right.
We almost used a stunt double.
We almost dubbed in the lines afterwards. This is the big kiss. Ooh.
They sure is super wet for that one.
Yeah. And that was, I like the music there.
Yeah.
That was a good kiss. I think we had 3 takes of that kiss, and
not enough in my opinion.
The best one. And this is another awesome Duncan moment. Same as when they're in the garage.
Poor Duncan.
And this is a really funny cut. Interrupting Duncan.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
This was an interesting scene to shoot. Gord Stephen behind the camera once again, being awesome, because it is actually, you can't really tell because it's so bright, but it's pouring rain in this scene. We were on the train tracks in Bell's Corners, and it was totally pouring, and we had to like cross this ravine to get here, and it was just not fun at all. We had an umbrella over Gord trying to protect the camera, but the camera case got completely soaked.
I'd say it was worth it.
Yeah.
Here it's some building in both corners.
Yeah, this is behind the beer store
Yeah.
/ pizza, that plaza there.
And that's Ian Martin, our guard there.
Yeah. He was
I like that.
yeah.
I remember your paradox.
A little paradox cue there. And this was kind of if you're watching it on the second your second watch through, this is kind of foreshadowing the fact that Incredibly Wet Men is in fact Paradox. This moment here when he comes up to the guard and is convincing, like oddly convincing as Paradox, kind of demonstrates his potential to.
You still see my shorts.
Yeah. I love Ian's jacket. Reminds me of the Joker.
Yeah.
These little paradox cues there were actually played on the piano, but by plucking the string of the piano with the finger inside the. Oh, and that's the end of this. See you in part 7.